for our 11th day of Get Good. Today's shoutout shall be Gad the Mario fan. Congratulations on winning the 11th shoutout. A link to their channel will be in the description. Welcome to a video on how to get good at Frost Rose, perhaps the rose that relies the least on their homing in the game. Players who are able to master the art of spamming their max charge shots will be able to play her as a surprise sniper and annoy the ever-living shit out of people. Let's get started. The Frost Rose is a variant of the Rose class that was such a fan of the popular film Frozen that they literally launched themselves into a frozen lake at 3 in the morning trying to obtain Elsa's powers. Their primary weapon is of a magic piece of ice that can lock onto enemies, summon more ice, and is colder than your steel slide in the middle of winter. The weapon can fire at up to 350 rounds per minute and has 20 ammo per clip before needing to take a 2-second reload. Each shot fired deals 7.5 damage per hit and has a tiny blast radius. Of course, this is not the only thing that one takes into account when playing this frozen enthusiastic piece of shit, as when hitting an enemy a handful of times, they will be slowed down slightly. But if you manage to hit them around 13 times in rapid succession, then you will completely freeze them, making them unable to move for the next 2.1 seconds, which will make them more vulnerable than an imp main going into a lobby full of EP mains. Now moving on to the levels of charge this Arctic bitch has, which she has 2 of them. Whilst charging up her weapon, she does move 25% slower and is unable to jump, so do keep this in mind when going in for charge kills. The first level of charge takes 1 second to reach and fires out a much more powerful projectile, dealing 33 damage within a normal sized radius and costs 2 ammo to fire. Additionally, the projectile fired from the first level of charge has a much higher maximum speed and acceleration in comparison to the uncharged shot, so in some scenarios you can use the projectile outside of Rose's homing range if you're capable of predicting the shots. The first level of charge also freezes the victim by 30%, so it can slow them down by a noticeable amount if they are hit by it. But of course, who really gives a shit about the mid-charge? Because as we all know, the rule of thumb when it comes to charge up variants, unless you're Cosmic Brains or Electro Citron, no one gives a shit about the mid-charge, because everyone gives a shit about the max charge, and with Frost Rose, that is no exception. The maximum charge for Frost Rose takes 2 seconds to reach and consumes 4 ammo to fire. The projectile fired can deal 50 damage with a large radius and has crazy fast acceleration, so fucking fast that you can literally just use it like a traditional weapon, since with how fast it accelerates, you do not need to use a homing at all. Enjoy sniping those unfortunate shits who thought that because of Rose's homing having a range cap, that you couldn't touch them. What fucking fools they were. When hitting an enemy with the max charge, they will be 70% frozen, so following the max charge up with a few uncharged ones can allow you to effectively near instantly freeze your victims and set them up on a one-way trip to their fucking spawn. The optimum upgrade setup for the Frost Rose would be the homing, ice, and health upgrades, with the ice upgrade being especially important, for when it comes to the maximum charge shit, it makes the freeze rate of it go from 70% to nearly 90%, making it a near instant freeze just from hitting enemies with a full charged shot, and also allows you a larger window of opportunity to spam fire non-charged shots at them. In terms of strengths, the Frost Rose's high rate of fire allows her to consistently apply damage to her enemies, which in combination with the freeze effect makes it very easy to secure kills on slower targets. Her full charge has crazy fast acceleration, making Frost Rose the only Rose who can somewhat consistently engage in long-range duels, allowing her to fight back against pirates. However, Frost Rose does become vulnerable whilst charging up her more powerful attacks, which enemies can take advantage of. Additionally, like most ice variants, sources of healing will nullify the ice effect, so do keep this in mind when facing against lobbies consisting of many healing sources. Thanks to this guide, you will now be the master of being the most unexpected sniper known to man and annoy the ever-living shit out of people by constantly chain stunning them. Be sure to come back for the final day of Get Good tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more shit like this. Have fun.